Hey, what's up guys? It's Ryan with Revolution Performance. I wanted to take a minute to address a question that I get pretty frequently here as a private practice owner and physical therapist myself. And that is, do we take health insurance benefits? I wish it was as easy as a yes or no question or answer for you guys, but unfortunately, as you may have guessed, it's a little bit more complex than that, just due to our current healthcare landscape. I guess I'll start off by talking about how we are considered an out-of-network provider. So what that means is that we don't directly contract with or bill health insurance companies directly. There's a couple reasons for that, but the biggest one is that we think it's a better service to you to be out-of-network, and I'm going to explain a couple of reasons why. The biggest one just being that we are able to focus on what you want to focus on. A lot of times, unfortunately, insurance companies will cut off people from their benefits after a certain number of sessions of physical therapy or once they reach a certain functional level. For example, whatever pain or injury you may have, you start to go to therapy or rehab, you start feeling better. Maybe once you get to the point where you're able to walk around and do your daily activities without pain, they cut you off and they see that as good enough. But a lot of people that I enjoy working with, and a lot of people that are, day-to-day pretty active, they want to get back to higher level things than just their day-to-day. So say they want to get back to CrossFit, running marathons, stuff like that. So that's what I enjoy helping people get back to. And a lot of times your insurance company will cut you off before that point, unfortunately. Seems to be how it works sometimes. Another thing to consider is there may be certain services or interventions that are on or off the table based on what your insurance company will and won't pay for. So a lot of times it just seems to be in your guys' best interest to be out of network, and then we submit for reimbursement later, which is kind of the next portion of this. Just because we are out of network doesn't mean that you can't use your health insurance benefits at all. You do pay for things up front. However, what I do is I provide a super bill to you, which is basically a receipt with certain codes on it. You submit that as a claim to your health insurance company, and they reimburse you directly. So a lot of times people are surprised with how much they get back as well. Sometimes, upwards between 60 and 90% reimbursement of what that visit costed. So when you consider, oftentimes when you go to a doctor's appointment or physical therapy appointment, every time you have a copay or co-insurance payment, and sometimes 2 to 3 times a week. So when you look at it that way, say you got 90% of the cost here back, a lot of times that is, it ends up being less and less costly for you in the long run versus having to do those co-pays and co-insurances. So the other part to that is that we typically see people less frequently because of that higher quality that we pride ourselves on here. We're able to focus on what you want to focus on, like we talked about earlier as well. You're able to try out more things on your own based on the education we provide. So typically that looks like we're seeing you 1 time a week while you're in that injured state, sometimes even less than that. And we're just kind of checking in, seeing how things are going, keeping that open line of communication with you. A lot of times in traditional models, you're there at the physical therapy clinic 2 to 3 times a week. So, going back to the co-pays and co-insurances, 2 to 3 times whatever that amount is for you versus getting 90% reimbursement for what the cost is here. A lot of the times ends up being cheaper for you in the long run. So that's a big reason. The big ones that we remain out of network for, we think it's better for you. If you have any questions on that, of course, you can feel free to contact us. I often check out people's out-of-network benefits for them, or that's something you can, of course, do as well. So there's often a number on the back of your insurance card. Sometimes you can do it online, but we can definitely work through what that looks like for you. But I thought it would be great to have a video here for you guys that kind of goes through that and explains that. Another thing is health savings account and flexible spending accounts. So an HSA or FSA card. We are able to accept both of those because we, would be considered medical services and products. We would definitely fall under that category. So you are able to use those. 100% of the cost can go on those, based on what you put in there and contribute based on your plan. So I hope that helps answer a lot of questions. Look forward to talking with you guys about it, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks, guys.